The LA Clippers have acquired James Harden from the Philadelphia 76ers in a blockbuster trade. And while we could lose our minds about this deal right now, make no mistake about it. This is make it or break it for all parties involved. The Clippers have not extended PG or Kawhi, both of whom have player options to pick up or decline heading into next season. James Harden is not extension eligible with the Clippers, will be a 2024 free agent, and has to play well for a good deal. And with these three potentially all hitting free agency in 2024, the Clippers must win now for their big gambles to pay off. In this video, we'll look into how James Harden bolsters the Clippers' title odds, whether they are now on the same level as Denver and other contenders, and the long-term ramifications of whether this deal works or flops. With that being said, be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. Somehow and some way, James Harden has forced 3 trades over the past several years and has gotten to his desired destination each time. This time, he's heading to Los Angeles to join forces with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook. And the Clippers didn't even have to give up Norman Powell or Terrence Mann in the deal. In 2023, James Harden is no longer the MVP caliber player or scorer that he was in his prime, but he's still a darn good player. He averaged 21 points, led the league with 11 assists a game, shot 39% from 3 on 7 attempts, and though not getting to the line as much as before, he's still a dangerous player to contain. He didn't have the greatest playoff run in 2023 either, but he showed that he can still be big time in given moments, dropping 40 plus points twice in wins against the Boston Celtics. One of those wins was in Boston when Embiid missed a game due to injury, and the other was Game 4 to tie the series at 2 apiece. But that was in Philly. How does James Harden swing the pendulum in LA? In this deal, the Clippers lost Marcus Morris, which isn't the greatest loss considering he has regressed and was quite inefficient last year. The bigger losses come from Nicholas Batum and Robert Covington, both good defenders who can stretch the floor and were part of Ty Lue's smaller ball lineups, but you could argue that age and consistency respectively make this trade worth it. James Harden comes to the Clippers as the third option behind Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and can thrive as the playmaker this team has needed. This isn't a shot at Westbrook, as he has been good for this team and stepped up big time in the playoffs when Kawhi and PG went down. But with Harden, they have an even better playmaker, scorer, and creator who can stretch the floor as well and create easier looks for PG and Kawhi rather than them settling for more difficult shots. Harden has operated well in the pick and roll with practically any big that he's been paired with, and I don't see that changing with Ivica Zubac. Also, I fully expect Ty Lue to stagger the minutes of Kawhi, PG, and Harden so that the Beard can operate with the second unit at times. Additionally, James Harden is pretty much necessary for the Clippers here because the health of both PG and Kawhi has plagued them for years now. I'm not pronouncing injuries upon anyone, but PG and Kawhi have missed a ton of games since joining up in LA, and them doing the same in 2024 will make or break their season as usual. The West is brutal this season, with teams trying to fight for home court advantage and bare minimum a top 10 placement. But with Harden, the Clippers can stay respectable in the standings if either PG and Kawhi miss games here and there. The big elephant in the room with this deal is how Russ and Harden will fit together, but I fully expect Russ to come off the bench in order for this team to maintain flexibility defensively. I fully expect this starting 5 to be some combination of James Harden, PG, Kawhi, Zubac, and one of Mann or Tucker, and that's most definitely a great starting 5 to have. Off the bench, you would still have Russ, Bones, Norman Powell, one of Mann or Tucker, and Mason Plumlee. Again, not the worst options to have either. I am genuinely interested to see what small ball lineups Ty Lue will conjure up together with the losses of Marcus Morris, Batum, and Rocco, but there is a lot of offensive versatility with this team. The Clippers have one of the best, if not the best wing duo in the league with Kawhi and PG, and that's a reason why you can't count them out when they are healthy. Kawhi just came off an ultra-efficient season where he averaged 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists on 51% from the field and 42% from 3. And in 2 games against the Phoenix Suns in last year's playoffs, he averaged 35 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists on 55% from the field and 60% from 3 before going down due to injury. As for Paul George, he just had an all-star season averaging 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, and is still one of the elite wings if he stays healthy. But that's the key here. The question for the Clippers for each of the past 4 to 5 seasons has never been talent. And a big reason why they haven't reached the mountaintop has been injuries. Everything lined up for them to be serious contenders in 2021, but with Kawhi tearing his ACL and missing the entirety of the 2022 season, the Clippers fell to the Suns in the West Finals and missed the playoffs altogether in 2022. Not only that, Paul George was essentially a scratch for the 2023 playoffs when the Clippers gave the Suns all they could handle. Moreover, with Kawhi also out after Game 2, the Clippers had no chance of an upset. As good as PG and Kawhi are, injuries have been the main reason why the front office hasn't been in haste to extend them to this point. And in a make it or break it season, they must be available come playoff time for this team to have any shot of beating Denver or even Golden State. Through 4 games, the Nuggets look like a team that's poised to repeat, and newsflash, Steph Curry's still amazing, and the Chris Paul experiment looks to be working out fine. But this season, the Clippers have been 5th in offense rating, 1st in defense rating, and now have the best net rating in the entire league. Their defense will take a step back with the Harden trade, but they'll be even better offensively with him in town. The Clippers have the pieces to win the title, and a title would validate the PG trade, the James Harden trade, and all the other moves they've made to take them over the hump. Kawhi with another title would have his 3rd title and presumably 3rd Finals MVP with 3 different teams. PG and Harden would get that elusive title to cement their legacies, and most importantly, the Clippers would have their 1st title in franchise history. But if health deters their season again, this franchise could be in big trouble. Kawhi, PG, and James Harden have the option to bounce after the season. The Clippers don't have any first if that, and they don't have promising young talents to take the reins when they enter their new stadium. I know it's going to take a lot of faith to believe in this Clippers team, given the injuries of the past few seasons, but if they're healthy, they can be as good as anyone. With that being said, comment down below your expectations for James Harden and the LA Clippers this season. How well do you feel James Harden will play and adapt in a Clipper uniform? And how high do you feel the ceiling of this Clipper team to be? Do you view them as top contenders in the West? Do you think they can really win it all? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. Hope to see you all in the next one, and stay tuned.